What if the dominant story of human origins you learned in history textbooks was entirely wrong? Consider this stunning paradox. 98% of modern Eurasian DNA might be concealing a shocking secret that scientists have unwittingly overlooked for over a century. We may not be the pure conquerors from Africa that we always imagined. The truth hidden in our past is far more profound. Imagine a brutal Ice Age world hundreds of thousands of years ago. Freezing winds howl through jagged limestone canyons across the Eurasian landmass. Inhabiting this harsh terrain are hominins with thick barrel chests, heavy bones, and deeply set eyes adapted to endurance. These are the Neanderthals. Far from being simple evolutionary dead ends, they might actually be our direct ancestors. To survive in this frozen wilderness, these early humans relied on raw strength, intricate knowledge of natural materials, and deep social bonds. They carved tools from flint, wore heavy matted furs, and tracked massive fauna across snow-covered steppes. Their physical resilience was unmatched, shaped by hundreds of millennia of unforgiving climate shifts. Yet standard history books tell us they simply vanished without a trace when modern humans arrived. This sudden disappearance remains one of archaeology's greatest unanswered questions. Did they truly perish in defeat? Or did their bloodline merge into something entirely new that still walks the earth today? Stay tuned right now, because in the very next section, we are going to shatter the myth of Neanderthal extinction and uncover the startling reality of how their deep genetic lineage still flows through your veins today. Most modern anthropologists hold firmly to a comforting narrative. Starting around 300,000 years ago, in the warm landscapes of Africa, early Homo sapiens emerged. Then, roughly 60,000 years ago, a small group migrated out of Africa and swept across Eurasia. Along the way, they encountered rugged Neanderthals, interbred briefly, and eventually drove them to complete extinction. In that traditional view, Neanderthal genetic material is treated as a minor footnote, accounting for only about 2% of the genome in non-African populations today. It is framed like a small smudge on an otherwise pure genetic canvas. But what if that statistical calculation was flawed from the very beginning? What if that 2% is merely the visible tip of a vast submerged iceberg? A provocative new demographic model is causing intense debate in genetic science. If we invert the entire assumption, what if the primary population core of Eurasia was Neanderthal all along, and the incoming African group contributed only a small minority of genes? This is the Neanderthal core hypothesis, an idea that challenges the foundational assumptions of anthropology. Under this model, Eurasian peoples would descend mostly from long-established Neanderthal populations, who were later transformed by an influx of Homo sapiens genes. These incoming genes carried new cognitive and physical traits, without replacing the existing population itself. Instead of a sweeping conquest, it was a subtle biological upgrade. This alternative model explains why non-Africans across the globe share identical Neanderthal genetic segments. They were already Neanderthal, and the incoming Homo sapiens were simply too few in number to create a totally new demographic structure. The deep Eurasian stock endured reshaping itself with new genetic tools. Don't turn away, because right up next you will discover how current DNA algorithms accidentally masked our true Eurasian lineage, and why centuries of continuous contact change everything we knew about our past. Look closely at the nature of ancient genetics. Neanderthals and Homo sapiens are sister lineages that split from a common ancestor between 550,000 and 750,000 years ago. The boundary between them was never an unbridgeable chasm. Fossilized skulls recovered from frozen limestone caves revealed genomes so closely aligned that interbreeding was entirely natural whenever contact occurred. Standard ancestral estimation techniques compare modern human genomes against a few high-coverage Neanderthal fossils from sites like Vindager or Altai. DNA segments that look distinctly different are tagged as Neanderthal introgressions. However, a major flaw exists. Vast ancestral DNA regions, unchanged since before the lineage split, are simply classified as modern human by default. If a piece of DNA in your body is identical between a Neanderthal and a modern human, current statistical tools automatically label it as human, ignoring the fact that Neanderthals carried it as well. This introduces a strong downward bias in percentage calculations, artificially shrinking the true proportion of archaic inheritance preserved inside our living cells today. Furthermore, mitochondrial DNA analyses reveal that gene flow from Homo sapiens into Neanderthals occurred repeatedly between 470,000 and 220,000 years ago. This intermixing persisted over hundreds of thousands of years. Over generations, natural selection purged harmful mutations, leaving behind beneficial traits that blended seamlessly into the enduring Eurasian biological stock. As recombination chopped up the archaic input over tens of thousands of years into smaller and smaller fragments, distinguishing them from ancient human variation became almost impossible. What we detect today as 2% may simply be the most obvious residue of an originally massive genetic contribution that now looks completely human. Keep watching closely, because in the upcoming section we will explore how a rugged Ice Age body absorbed transformative cognitive upgrades to construct the foundation of Upper Paleolithic society. If this alternative model holds true, our interpretation of the fossil record changes completely. Classic long, low Neanderthal skulls with prominent brow ridges were not evolutionary failures doomed to disappear. Transitional fossils discovered in Spain or the Levant are not dead ends. They represent the deep ancestry of modern European and Asian populations. As migrating groups of Homo sapiens entered Eurasia, with lighter skeletons and neural variations for complex language, they did not wipe out the aboriginal inhabitants. Instead, they absorbed into them. The newcomers introduced key behavioral innovations, but the underlying demographic foundation remained heavily rooted in the long-established Neanderthal base. Surviving the harsh Ice Age environment demanded physical traits perfected over hundreds of thousands of years. Short, muscular bodies, optimized for extreme cold and rugged terrain, provided an essential survival suit. The synthesis of cold-adapted Eurasian biology with incoming cognitive traits produced versatile societies capable of mastering the Paleolithic wilderness. Africa retains its vital status as the deep reservoir of human diversity, but its role shifts from absolute replacement to a source of crucial genetic refinements. Rather than vast armies erasing native populations, small trickles of incoming traits grafted onto a long-standing Eurasian tree. The story transforms from outright conquest to continuous genetic integration. This perspective honors both the deep Eurasian history and the vital African contributions. It shows that our survival was not the result of one group destroying another, but rather a complex story of mutual absorption, resilience, and adaptation across harsh prehistoric landscapes. Curious about the tangible, real-world discoveries that prove this ancient intermingling? Stay tuned for the next section, where remarkable fossil findings reveal the undeniable proof of our shared past. Consider the remarkable discovery made inside Denisova Cave in cold Siberia. Archaeologists uncovered a tiny finger bone fragment belonging to a young girl who lived over 50,000 years ago. Genetic sequencing revealed an astonishing fact. Her mother was a pure Neanderthal, and her father was a Denisovan. The prehistoric world was a vibrant, interconnected mosaic of hominin populations. Another striking example is the ancient fossil known as Peștera cu Oase, found in Romania and dated to roughly 40,000 years ago. DNA testing revealed that this individual possessed between 6 and 9% Neanderthal genetic material, meaning they had a Neanderthal ancestor just 4 to 6 generations back. These concrete examples prove that population mixing was an ongoing reality. Back in 1915, the distinguished anthropologist Dr. Arthur Keith pondered this exact dilemma, noting that no problem in human origins was more captivating than the sudden disappearance of Neanderthal traits. He recognized that modern populations replaced older forms in Europe, yet the transition was far too complex for a simple extinction event. His early intuitions match our modern genetic models. We often comfort ourselves with the idea that modern humans were superior conquerors who effortlessly replaced primitive rivals. However, the physical reality is far more intricate and interconnected. Human evolution does not resemble a single straight branch, but rather a braided stream, where isolated currents separate, flow alongside one another, and ultimately merge together again over time. Are you ready to discover the ultimate takeaway from this ancient journey? Stay focused as we bring together the core lesson of human survival in our final section. The Neanderthal core hypothesis does not diminish the profound importance of our African origin. Rather, it restores proper historical context to the deep Eurasian past. We are not the descendants of isolated conquerors, but the product of an incredible synthesis between cold-adapted physical endurance and transformative cognitive developments that survived the harshest climate shifts in history. The ultimate lesson carved into ancient bone and encoded in modern DNA is that human survival has never depended on isolation or genetic purity. Our species thrived because of our capacity to integrate, adapt, and combine diverse biological and behavioral innovations. The Neanderthal legacy within you today stands as living proof of our ancient resilience and unity. The rugged durability, metabolic adaptations, and complex cognitive capabilities you possess are part of a continuous evolutionary inheritance spanning hundreds of thousands of years. When you reflect on our origins, you are looking at the living legacy of Ice Age survivors who endured the long winter of prehistoric Earth. As ancient genome sequencing advances, will future discoveries force history books to formally redefine Neanderthals as our direct Eurasian ancestors? How do you feel knowing that Neanderthal inheritance actively lives on inside your own body? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss.